Hello everybody and welcome! Today we are unboxing some tabletop board games or expansions to tabletop board games. Now this is a live stream, so bear with me. If I get too talky, feel free to fast forward, skip around, and if you like what you see, come back here for the process and conversation. Alright, let me check if the stream is running. Title and category are good. Hello, hello, hello. Title and category are good. Hello, hello, hello. Alright, that's my voice. That's my crazy voice. Alright. Stream's running well. Okay, so what we have here are some hero packs for Heroescape. Those used to be exclusives. Like the soldier guy, that was a retailer exclusive for if you pre-ordered the base game. And then the ninjas, they were, I think, convention exclusives. But for whatever reason, they have an overstock of them, and Amazon got a hold of them, and they were selling them there. Now, they are kind of expensive. They're $20 each. But they're the pre-painted ones. So yeah, let's see how they are. Also, we've got the Dork Tower set of miniatures for Zombicide. Now, I don't have the Zombicide game, but I am a huge fan of John Kovalick's comic book, Dork Tower. And I wanted miniatures of the characters, and they were cheap on sale on Amazon. We've got the G.I.JOE deck building game. I'm a huge G.I.JOE fan, and it's cooperative, so it can be played single player. So I think I'll have fun with that. And in the back, we just have things I got super cheap. We got the Space Marine Adventures board game. That was like 12 bucks on Amazon on one of those Prime Day deals, like way back. And we have the Battletech Essentials box over here. Target was clearancing them months ago for it retails for 25 bucks, but they were clearancing them for $12.50, I believe. So I got one of those because I'm a huge Battletech fan, and the more mechs and accessories, the better. Yeah. So welcome everyone. Let's get to some unboxings. Alright, let's start with the Heroescape. Okay, so now's the unboxing, and now's where we make a mess. Okay, I've already removed the shrink wraps, and we're going to take a look at... Let's move the tripod up. Okay, let's move the tripod up a little bit. And let's get to, excuse the ugly hands. Oh, man. Alright, Heroescape. We've got Age of Annihilation, Sergeant Drake Alexander miniature. Yeah. I think this is the same character from way back, the original one. Now, normally, the current day Heroescape figures don't come painted. But I think these exclusives do come painted. Yeah, alright. Alright, the battle of all time. A veteran hero of many battles, Sergeant Drake Alexander was brought to Valhalla by Jandar, and has proven time and time again to be one of the most brave and noble warriors to take the battlefield. Now Drake soars through the air, thanks to the Zetacron's tech upgrade. Alright, we get one highly detailed, fully assembled, pre-painted Sergeant Drake Alexander miniature and one army card. Cool. Alright. Now, in order to play it, you need the base set that come with all the rules and more miniatures to play. Alright, let's open. Again, here is what we're looking at. Unbox. Alright. So what have we got in the box? Let's move this downward. All right, first things first is the miniature. Let's see how this comes. What the? Okay, that's not the best paint job. He looks like a zombie. Okay, well. Alright, dude. I'm gonna have to touch up this figure. Alright, let's, yeah. He kind of just needs a, probably a flesh tone wash on the face. Because, did they forget to paint that? Because they painted his hand, but only very slightly. What's with that knee pad? Is that like that on the thing? No. Oh, I'm going to have to touch up this figure. It is not great. Alright, he's got a samurai sword. That's interesting. And he's got a jetpack, which is like hardly painted. Yeah, it is going to need a little touch-up work. Yeah. Well, is this worth $20? I don't know. Jeez. Alright. Here's his army card. This is the basic one. So he's got a move of 6, range 1, so he's only a melee guy. Attack of 6, I think that's big. And defense of 7. Seems like a lot. Alright. That's how many dice you're rolling, I believe. Oh man, it's been a long time since I played it. Alright. Sergeant Drake Alexander. Looks like he's got 6 hit points, right? 135 points. He is human, unique hero, so you can only have one of them. Soldier, Valiant, medium 6. Thorian speed. Opponent's figures must be adjacent to Sergeant Drake Alexander to attack him with a normal attack. Oh, so you can only melee him? So you can't ranged attack this guy? Grapple grab, 8. After moving and before attacking with Drake, you may choose one enemy small or medium figure within 4 clear sight spaces whose level is no more than 6 levels above or below Drake's level. That's pretty... That's like 6 up or down. Roll the 20-sided die. If you roll an 8 or higher, place the chosen figure on an empty same level space adjacent to Drake. If the chosen figure is engaged when it is moved by grapple grab, it will not take any leaving engagement. So you basically like Spider-Man web somebody up to, what was it, 4 clear spaces away and grab them up close to you so you could fight them. Pretty cool. Yeah. He can't be ranged attacked at all? Huh. That's wild. Pretty cool. I like that. Man. And what is this? This is just story. Yeah. Alright, we don't have to read all that. Yeah. We're just doing quick unboxings today. Just to get the general idea. Yeah. We're going to have to touch up that. Let's touch up that mini. I mean, you only really have to touch up, like probably put a flesh wash or like just dry brush the face a little bit and then put a flesh wash over it. Some speed paint. Yeah. It'll be fine. Alright. Cool. Cool to get hero figures, and you know, most of the work is done. I'm kind of disappointed the paint job is not better. Alright, back in the box you go. Now let's put all this in the box. But yeah, Amazon has a bunch of these exclusive miniatures now that are the pre-paints. $20 though. It is kind of steep. It's kind of steep for one miniature. I mean, it's not Games Workshop levels, but it's getting close. Alright, we're just going to put all the stuff we've unboxed on the side. We don't need to display. Alright, another Heroescape character. This was $20 too. Age of Annihilation, Shiiori miniature. Okay. So it's this, but I think it's one character. It's just, I guess she's, you know, moving so fast that it's a blur. And then there's like, you can't tell which spot she's actually at. All right. A ninja warrior who has experienced countless battles across Valhalla. Shiiori is back with a vengeance, as silent as the night and as deadly as the blade. Her ninjutsu mastery special attacks allow her to attack multiple times. Alright, cool. Let's open this up. Hopefully the paint job is good. Oh my gosh. Right? Okay. Let's take a look. I mean, it's mostly purple, but looks alright to me. These could use like a little bit of dry brushing, I feel. But you know what? At least this, to me, this looks alright. Like, look at the pose. The pose is really cool. It's 3 characters. I mean, it's one character, but you know. And then she can attack multiple times because she's so fast. Yeah. You know, this is not so bad. I mean, really, honestly, it could use a little bit of a dry brush. And I don't know if I want to do that, but who knows. But, for $20, it's still steep. But pretty cool. Alright. Let's look at the basics of Shiiori. Okay, move 6. Range 1 says melee. It moves pretty fast. Oh, I should have compared it to Drake. Attack 4 and defense 6. So it's like less than Drake. How's the points? 110. Cost less points. Only 4 health. Yeah, move 6, 1, 4, 3. 4, 3. Oh, it's different on this side. I didn't even realize that. Alright, so, well, if you don't know, like, this is, if you want to play, like, a basic beginner game with no abilities, you use this side. If you want to use an advanced game where characters have special abilities, use this one. Okay, so she's human, unique hero, so you can only have one of her. Ninja, trickery, medium 5. Ninjutsu, mastery, special attack. Range 1, so it's only melee. Attack 2, plus special. If Shiiori did not move normally, she may attack with ninjutsu mastery special attack. Up to 3 times. Before each attack, you must choose an enemy figure within 2 clear sight spaces of Shiiori, not more than 6 levels above or below Shiori's level, and place her on an empty space adjacent to that figure. When attacking with ninjutsu mastery special attack, Shiiori rolls 2 attack dice, or 3 dice if Shiiori has exactly 1 unrevealed order marker on her army card. Oh, okay. So let me get this straight. Range 1, attack 2, plus special. If Shiiori did not move... Special, wait, up to 3 times. Before each attack, you must choose an enemy figure within 2 clear sight spaces of Shiiori. Oh, those complicated. So you could move her. So she kind of just teleports to different enemies around her that are within 2 spaces. And you move her next to them, and you roll 2 dice. 3 if you have a order thing. Alright, Kyo 14. If Shiiori attacked with a normal or special attack and receives 1 or more wounds, roll 20-sided die. Attack with normal, special, receives 1 or more wounds. Roll the 20-sided die. If you roll 14 or higher, you may place Shiiori on an empty space within 2 spaces of Shiiori that is not more than 6. And if you do, ignore all wounds just received. Oh, so you could teleport out of the way and just avoid getting hit. Phantom Walk. Shiiori can move through all figures and is never attacked when leaving an engagement. Oh, super, like, mobile. Yeah. Pretty cool. So nothing ties her down. It's just teleporting all over the place. Pretty cool. Yeah. Alright, let's look at the figure again. It's not bad. It's kind of plain. Like, I feel like they could have painted more details than just the purple and black. And, you know, the weapons. Like, just a light dry brush. Like, I feel like I might want to just do that on my own. And then, like, it'll look perfect. Yeah. Well, not perfect, but more than, you know, than it is currently. Alright, pretty cool. Is it $20 cool? Ugh, not really, but I think this is more backstory. Yeah, more backstory in the character. See, like this, that should have been painted on, but you could get that done with a little bit of dry brushing. And then here's the story if you wanna, if you're watching this on YouTube and want to pause. Yeah. Alright, but now I got 2 new characters I could just instantly play. Because the ones that you get in the normal packs are not painted. So, it's kind of annoying. Because back in the day, when the whole thing with Heroescape was that everything was painted already. Like a pack of miniatures, like maybe like, you know, like 6 miniatures, 5 or 6 miniatures would be like just like $12. And then you got an instant unit to play. Alright, that's Shiiori for Heroescape. Pretty fun game. Alright, now let's grab this. This is Dork Tower for Zombicide. So Dork, if you don't know what Dork Tower is, it's by John Kovalik. It's a comic book series about a bunch of, you know, nerd cultured dudes. I forget if they all live together. I don't think all of them do, but I think some of them do. And yeah, Igor. Oh fudge, what's his name? Forget. That's Jilly, and that is the. Oh man, it's been a long time since I've read the comic, but that's the Muskrat. I think that's Muskrat. Yeah, and that I forget their names. Ah, here we go. Yeah, that's Matt, Jilly, Igor, and Carson the Muskrat. Yeah, and these are like, you know, like militarized versions of the characters for the Zombicide game. But basically the comic book is basically these guys, they're just always at the game stores. You know, they're always playing like Dungeons and Dragons or Warhammer, but they call it Warhamster. Painting miniatures, board games, and it's just all about that game store life and all the nerd culture. So yeah, so that's for this is for the Zombicide board game, which is like a zombie outbreak board game. Like the city is being, you know, overrun with zombies, and you have these survivor characters that have to basically survive. But instead of, if you buy a pack like this, you know, and they have a whole bunch of different ones with all different characters from different IPs. I know there's one that has the Thundercats. I bought that one. And Yeah, you could just add these characters to the game. And there's John Kovalik. I've seen him. I went to a panel of his at a convention one time. I think it was at Gen Con maybe, or some other gaming convention. All right, let's see. What do we got here? So I think these are the panel boards. I think I'm not gonna open these, just because I don't play the game. But this is what a Zombicide character board would look like. You have your character. I don't know what all this is, because you know what? So the company that makes the game, Zombicide, Cool Mini or not, is in the process of selling off all its IP. So it's really hard to find copies of their games now, or at a good price. So this is like $100 board game. But normally you would be able to get it cheaper. But now since they're out of stock, it's really hard to find it at a good price. Yeah. There's Carson. And this looks like a Bren carrier, Universal carrier, British World War II little transport. And that's is that a Bren gun? Maybe. Yeah. Pretty cool. And you put all your upgrade cards and stuff, and you have all your stats. Cool. But I don't have that game. But I just wanted the miniatures because I like these characters. Oh, you have to open. Oh, it's taped. Hold on. Let me cut the tape. Boom, 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 boom. Let's not get hurt. Alright, maybe I should not be using an X-Acto blade, but... Oh man, is this blade super dull? Oh, there's the tape. No, there's two tapes. I feel like I'm not doing this right. Okay. Let's put away the sharp knife and use scissors. Scissors would be much safer. Alright. Oh, fudge me. Why is this so difficult? Let me do this off camera so I could fiddle with it. There we go, much easier. Alright, so, you know, these aren't like high quality minis, but they are board game quality, and they look decent to me from what I'm looking at right here. I do want to paint them, but it's going to be a project for another time when I have time, because I have way too many projects at the moment. Alright. Alright, we got Matt. Pretty cool. He's got the dual wielding pistols. He's got a sword on sheath too. Very cartoony. You know, that's the style of the characters in the comic book. Pretty cool. I definitely want to paint those. And this is Carson in a Universal carrier, World War II transport. They're not super detailed, but like I said, these are board game miniatures. But, you know, the simpler it is, the faster I could get it painted. Here is Igor, this carrying way too many weapons. Yeah. Cool. And there's Jilly in military garb. Normally her character, she's the goth girl in the gaming group. So she wouldn't normally look like, you know, military badass. So pretty cool. Yeah, those are the Dork Tower characters. See? Dork Tower. Very fun comic book. It's hard to find though. I got most of the volumes of the trade paperbacks, but I think there were 2 new ones that I never got a hold of. And then now they're like all out of print. So I hope to find the last couple of volumes at some point. You know what? Maybe I'll put the volumes I have on the YouTube shorts. Since they're out of print, and you know, people might want to see what they look like. They have really fun covers too. Yeah, so Matt, Jilly, Igor, and Carson. And I would paint them just as you see there in these colors. I don't know, did Jilly's hair, was it ever really that color? I always thought it was like just black, because she was like the goth girl. But I guess for this version of her, you know, for Zombicide, it's that mauve pink color. Yeah, pretty cool. And I think these are just like the little markers to put on the cards, so you could track your health stats. Like up here, you put these little clips so you can mark how much damage you've taken. Yeah. Alright, let's put these back. Did they go in particular spaces? Yeah, they do. Definitely there. No, that doesn't look right. Okay. It's doing it off. No, that doesn't look right. Okay. Here. There? Okay. And then that goes like that. Unboxings. Fun. Alright. So that was the Dork Tower board game expansion for Zombicide. Oh, let's put... So we do have more stuff. Let me tilt the camera up. More board game stuff. Oh. It's hard to get stuff back in the box sometimes. Alright. Alright, what do we unbox next? Let's unbox the Space Marine Adventures set. So that's normally like a $25. No, actually not. So I believe when it originally came out, like at the bookstores, Barnes and Noble, it was, I think, originally $40. It's either 35 or 40. And then for a long time, Amazon had them for 25. And then on Amazon Prime Day, they had them discounted for like $12. So I ended up buying it. I actually bought 2 because the miniatures are useful in Warhammer anyway. So let me, hold on. Let me just point those down and let me reach over and get the board game. There we go. Alright. Let me drink something because my voice is going. So I don't know if you're all experienced with the Space Marine or Warhammer 40,000. You might have played the video games or read the novels or comic books, but it's basically about the whole galaxy is at war and humanity is fighting like demons and alien invasions, and these are the Space Marines like defending humanity. Oh man, yeah, space demons. Yeah. Cool. All right, so yeah, Space Marine Adventures. So this is a board game. Unfortunately, so it only comes with 5 miniatures. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they're easy to put together. And then you got these board game pieces, and you move around the map. But the bad guys, the Necrons, are only tokens. But if you own the miniatures from other Warhammer sets, you could use your own Necrons to put there. And then the game would look way better. So, let's open up the package. But, wait, where's the price? Do we have a price here? No. And this is a UK product. Yeah, I remember them being like $35 or $40. And then, like I said, usually on Amazon you could find them for $25 now. They're kind of out of print. And then if you get a really good sale like I did, I got them for $12. But that was during Prime Day. Hold on, I'm getting scissors to... There we go. Let's cut the plastic. All right. Boom, 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 boom. Plastic. This is a pretty heavy box. I mean, but it doesn't come with a whole lot like other board games. Like, it only has those 5 miniatures. But the 5 miniatures are pretty cool. They're, you know, these guys. And then you could always paint them up to make them look better. Oh, let's open the box. Here's the side. You can see characters. Ugh. They're in different colors just to differentiate them, but they're different, what do you call them? Space Marine chapters. But there's nothing stopping you from just painting them whatever your normal Space Marine chapter is. Alright, Warhammer. What is all that beeping? Ah, a friend of mine's posting on Instagram. Cool. Alright, Warhammer. Welcome to a world of fantasy games. See, and you could paint up your figures like this. They don't come this way. You have to actually paint them. Here's what's included in this game. Space Marine Adventures. You know, it doesn't come with a lot of rooms, too. Like, only 3 rooms. So, and then this is what, you know, if you get into more Warhammer 40,000. Mind you, these are not painted. You have to paint these yourself. Here's some Space Marines versus some Plague Marines. Yeah. If you get this No Fear box. And these are out of print, but there's new versions of them out. See, here's what they would look like if you painted them. That's like a bad guy Plague Marine. This is a Ultramarine, Space Marine. Pretty cool. They have a Middle Earth game. Look at that. That's some Rohan. Rohirrim. And then it's a war elephant. Pretty cool. Yeah, and these are, well, Blackstone Fortress. This is like a space station full of aliens that you have to explore. But like I said, you get the figures, they're not painted. You have to put them together, glue them sometimes, and paint the figures. And it's a fun hobby. And here's like the novels based on the game universe. Pretty cool. Here's a magazine for them. What else we got? This is the rule book. Cool. We're only going to skim stuff. You know, just a quick look. Here's the unpainted figures. Here's colored dice to match the figures. What else do we do? Here's cards. And like, you could see how the figure would be if they were painted. So you could try to replicate that. You know, it takes a bit of skill and patience, but it's doable. I mean, you might not get exactly that, but you could get close. See, here's the figures without any paint. Now, you only use 4 characters for the game, but it comes with 5. So you have a choice of which weapon loadout you'd like. Dun-dun-dun. Here's like an example. See, the monsters, these robot Necrons, they don't give you the figures for them. They only give you little cardboard circles to use in the game. But, you know, you could buy the figures for them and then use them in the game to make the game look nicer. But they are kind of pricey. Yeah, it's like how to play, cards, some artwork. See, these are the bad guys in this game. The Necrons. They're kind of like the Terminator aliens. Terminator robots from a Terminator movie. Here's like an example of the boards. Here's some artwork of the Space Marines fighting the Necrons. Oh, here's what they all look like if you painted them. Yeah. You know, it takes some practice to kind of get to that quality, but it's pretty cool when you do. So I've got my own army of these kind of Space Marine dudes. So I could probably just use that in the game. Cool. Oh, and here's how to assemble them. It's not too difficult. These are push fit, so they actually don't require glue, but it's kind of better if you glued them. That way the pieces don't fall off. So they are, you know, they do take a little bit of effort to cut the pieces and glue them together. And then to paint them. Well, you don't have to really paint them if you don't want to. And there's a rules reference on the back. Here's the boards. Here's those cardboard circles. These tokens of the enemies. So you got these Necron lords and stuff. These robot dudes that you gotta fight. And, you know, they do sell the figures for them if you wanted to buy them. But you don't have to for this game. Here's the map boards. More map boards. Alright, here's the figures. So this is what you get. You gotta actually cut the pieces out and glue them together. See? But, you know, you don't have to really paint them if you don't want. And I believe you get 5 of them. All color-coded. This guy has a flamethrower weapon, which is pretty cool. What does this guy have? This guy just has a pistol and a chainsword. Just basically a sword that's a chainsaw. Yeah. What does the yellow one have? Yellow one has, this is a heavy bolter, which is like a heavy machine gun kind of deal. It's got a backpack of ammunition. The red one just has a regular bolt rifle. Or bolter, because these are the old Marines. And this one, I think this is the... Oh, there's a piece that fell off. Let's not lose that. Oh, man. This one, I believe, just has a bolt gun in the back. Under the backpack. And then I think a knife. Yeah, he has a knife right there. Because this is like the Space Wolf guy. Alright. Let's try not to lose that green piece. Let's see, where did that fall out of? Here. What piece is that? Let me just check. It's the head. So which is cool is these miniatures come with 2 head options. One with a helmet and one without. So see that helmet? just in case you wanted, you know, some options, which is cool. And especially if you get multiple sets, since they're kind of cheap right now. And then cards for the game, to play the game. We're not going to open these up, but look how cool that artwork is. That's a servo skull. Oh man, pretty cool. What we got here? More, I think these are maybe how to AI move the enemies. We'll have to figure that out someday. Alright, that was a quick unboxing of... Where is it? Space Marine Adventures board game. And these are the characters in the game. Yeah. So you don't have to paint the figures, but it's nicer if you do. Oh, and here, look. So remember those cardboard circles for the robot Necrons? The game doesn't come with these guys, these Necrons, but you could buy them separately. They are going to cost a lot though. And they don't come painted, so they do look cool if you add them to the game. Alright, that's Space Marine Adventures. Alright. Boom, boom, boom. Alright, let's set that aside. How are we doing on time? Streaming. 41 minutes. Alright, we're moving along pretty quick. Alright, the next thing we'll unbox is the Battletech Essentials box. So, let me move the tripod down a little so I can reach over there. Ugh. Okay. Here we go. Battletech Essentials. So if you've ever played the Mech Warrior games, this is what it's based off of. Battletech, the original board game. And as you can see, so this is, I bought this at Target. This normally retailed for $25, but I don't know if they still have them. I doubt they do. But I got this on clearance for $12.49. Yeah, I got it cheap. So, yeah. So this is robot combat. Like pilots piloting giant robots and fighting each other. Whoops. Oh, just knocked the iPad. Let's see. Let the games begin. Strap into your battle mech cockpit and charge into the most important fight of your life. Soldiers from across the inner sphere. The inner sphere is like how far humanity is spread in the galaxy. In the inner sphere are drawn to the game world of Solaris 7, where they seek glory, fame, and fortune in live fire arena combat, before rotating back to their empire's fields of battle. Yet only the best and most aggressive gladiators will succeed. Will you claw your way to the top of the leaderboards and be immortalized for all time? Or will you go down in flames to the sound of thunderous applause? So yeah. And it comes with only 2 figures, but it comes with cardboard standees, so you can still play the game with more figures, but the rest of them will be cardboard, which is fine. It's just a board game, you know. Yeah. And if you want more of the plastic figures, they sell sets of them separately. They're sold separately. And these are the stat sheets. Well, they're not, I mean, you know, they're not cards. They're like little things that show the stats for your robot and for the damage recording. I would suggest putting them in a plastic, like a plastic protector sheet, so you could use dry erase markers over the sheet to mark all the dots. I'll show you when I open the box. So, you know, the dots on the the robot diagram are like your hit points. And then, yeah, that's how you play that game. Let's open the box. Alright, let's remove the plastic. Hello, Math Labs. Good morning. How are you doing today? We are unboxing board games. So, I unboxed Space Marine Adventures. I unboxed some expansions for... This is like a Zombicide expansion, but it's for Dork Tower. One of my favorite comic books came out with a set of miniatures that you could play in the Zombicide game. Yeah. Although I don't have the Zombicide game, but I'm a big fan of the comic book, so I wanted figures of the character. And it was super cheap, too. I think it's normally like a 20-something set, and then like it was like $6 on Amazon for a little while. And I got some Heroescape miniatures, like these ninja characters, and then this soldier dude. Yeah, to play in Heroescape, which is a fun game. There's the dude, there's the ninja girls. Yeah. You saw there's always fun? Yeah. Oh man, I got so many board games. I really got to figure out a way to actually play a board game on stream. But I feel like it would take forever and the battery of the iPad doesn't last that long. Although I could plug it in. Yeah. And this one is Battletech, which is what the Mech Warrior video games are based off of. Comes with little plastic robots. And then if you wanted to expand the game, you could buy more plastic robots. But what's nice about this box is it comes with cardboard standees, which are just as good. You know, nothing wrong with playing with the cheapy cardboard standees. Alright. Battletech Essentials. This is like a very beginner box. They have more advanced ones. This retailed for $25 normally, but Target was clearancing them because I guess the Target customer base is not a huge tabletop like oriented shopper base. So I got it on clearance for like $12.50. Yeah. Alright, so that's what's there. Let's move that over there. So what do we got? Thanks for playing. Try out our online store on us for Battletech's best selection of miniatures, fiction, source books, and swag. Just input this code during checkout for a $20 coupon. Now, this is probably already expired, but if you wanted to use this, feel free to go ahead because I will not be using it. Yeah. MATLAB says the big box stores sometimes have good stuff, apparently. They do. In fact, what was it? Lately, if you go to Target, I've seen they have Hero Quest now. I saw them have, you know, Avatar: The Last Airbender? They had the Avatar: The Last Airbender role-playing game starter set. Yeah. But yeah. Anybody want to use this code for a $20 off coupon from the online store of Battletech? Feel free to use this. Alright. What else did I see? They have a whole board game section. If you go to the toys section in Target, there's like a huge board game section now. Like, it's not just Monopoly and all that. They have actually good stuff. This is a Battletech novella. Spanner in the Works by Michael A. Stackpole. I've been listening to the Battletech audiobooks from Audible, and they are pretty fun. Big space war with giant robots. And then this is a little novel you could read, so you could get the backstory and get immersed in the world. Yeah. Here's like some different robots. Let's see. That's the Commando, which is a 25-ton mech. So the bigger ones are, you know, are the heavier ones. Jenner, Trebuchet, and Hunchback. So if you've ever seen me play the Mech Warrior games, these are from those games. Yeah. And then I got a little novel to read. Pretty cool. And then here's the stats for each thing. And then here's an example of how you could paint the little figures if you wanted to. Like, for example, this is a Centurion, which is actually one of my favorite ones to run in the game, in the video game. Walking speed of 4, running 6, jumping 0. So this doesn't have jump jets. It's a 50-ton mech, weight class medium, inner sphere. Inner sphere is the faction, because there's inner sphere and then clans, which are from outside the galaxy. It's got a autocannon 10, LRM is long range missile 10, medium laser, yeah. And then here, mech hit locations. So whenever this gets hit by weapons, you would roll here, like, you know, on 2d6, that's 2 6-sided dice, and you would consult this table on where you got hit, like center torso, right arm, right torso, center torso, left torso, and like head. And then here is your armor diagram, and then depending on how much damage you took, you would mark off the little dots. And then as stuff gets destroyed, like if your whole arm gets destroyed, then you lose the weapon that's on that arm. And then damage would transfer now towards the inside. So if your legs get damaged in here, you know. And then, you know, your whole robot dies if the head, or I think the center torso, gets completely destroyed. Yeah. Also, if you lose both legs. If you lose both legs, you're done. Yeah. Let me see. Let's open this up so we can see the different robots that it comes with stats for. Boom, 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 boom. So I recommend getting like some kind of plastic cover, kind of like this is in a plastic cover. So you could dry erase. You could use a dry erase marker to fill in the dots and then just wipe it off and reuse. I don't know if it's coated, so then you could always use, but it'd be probably smarter to just cover it in some kind of plastic, like protector. So that's the Centurion. That's for that. This is a Wolverine. Oh, look at that, it's got eyeballs on the... Oh, what a paint job. Are they double-sided? No. Oh, well, they are, but that's like, I think this is lore about the different robots. So yeah, you got capabilities, deployment, variants, overview, so story, so you get an idea of the different. This is a Thunderbolt. This is also a favorite of mine from the video game. I like this one because it has long-range missiles, and they fire, you know, you could be like an artillery, so you could hit enemy mechs before they reach up to, you know, close to you. And then this is a Rifleman, which has, I believe, laser cannons and autocannons on the arms. Well, we'll see. Large laser, so it's, in each arm there's a large laser and an autocannon 5. See? So like location is left arm, right arm, left torso, right torso. So each arm has a large laser and an autocannon 5. And each left torso, right torso is a medium laser. That's the medium lasers here. So that's a medium laser, that's a medium laser. Yeah. So, and each robot has different loadouts. There again is your armor diagram. Cool. Some artwork of the robot. Alright, so that's your stats for the game. And then the game comes with only 2 robots. Well, you know, this this set only comes with 2. And they're really nice looking too. That's the Centurion, and that's the Rifleman. Really cool figures. And because I got it on clearance, well, actually pretty good price. Yeah, and then you could, you know, you spray prime them with like some primer, like black primer, and then you could, black or white usually, and then you could, you know, paint whatever color scheme you want on them. You know, either bright colors or military colors, camouflages, whatever you figure you could do. And then these are more stat cards and like hero cards for like different hero pilots. Let's open that up. For a starter set, this is actually really good. So you and your friend can each take control of one robot and fight each other. And then see this, these 2 robots that are not included, the Thunderbolt and this Wolverine. What you get is, oh, and it comes with dice for the game. Let's remove this. Before we get to the rulebook, quick start rules. Here is an instant guide to the inner sphere. This tells you all the lore of the world that you're fighting in. And then shows like, here's like a map of like space. So Terra, that's where Earth is. And then there's like these 5 different inner sphere factions that are all at war with each other. So it's kind of like Game of Thrones in space. Yeah. Tells you different stats about like different factions. Like there's House Steiner, House Marek, House Liao, what else? Comstar, that's, yeah, well, House Karita, the Draconis Combine, that's a favorite of mine. House Davion, Federated Sons. So, oh, what was it? If you watch, there's a cartoon you could watch on YouTube. It's a really old 90s cartoon based on this that can give you like a quick guide to the lore. Pretty cool. There's like a pilot for this thing. Yeah. Oh, and here, so it comes with 2 plastic miniatures, but you could use these cardboard standees to add more figures to the game. You know, in a cheap way, but, you know, I mean, it's usable. Why not? Yeah. So you could play much bigger games. Even has duplicates of the ones included. Yeah. I wish this came with like a lot more of them. So you could just play big battles. And then here's the board. You know, this is not a board, but it's like a map sheet. And the whole game is based on hexagons, you know, movement. So, you know, these clear spaces, you know, they're regular movement. And then you have movement like this is light woods. Here's hard-packed gravel. So each has different terrain effects. More light woods. So you already got a board included with this. Hard-packed gravel. Yeah, pretty basic terrain. Yeah, it doesn't seem like there's any other fancy stuff, like roads or elevated locations. Is this double-sided? It might be double-sided. Ah, yeah, it is double-sided. And then here's like an arena for arena combat with different walls. Pretty cool. Yeah. Here is more background fluff. This is Solaris 7 Stables rules. So Solaris 7 is like arena combat for the robots. Like if you didn't want to do a war story, you could do like arena combat. And then these are different arena combat factions. So it's like gladiator robot combat. And then these are the rules for the gladiator combat. Here's rules to quick start rules for the basic Battletech game. Yes, it looks like a lot of reading, but you know, after you get the hang of it, it's not that bad. Let me tilt this down. Like, we're not gonna go in depth, but we're just gonna quickly look at what's going on. So, quick start rules, sequence of play, explains that. Movement modes. So, doesn't want to focus there. Movement basics, so this is like your figure. You could turn your figure, has diagrams. What else? Movement costs. So moving into different spaces, like depending on, like, say it's light woods or heavy woods. Like this one has, see, MP is movement cost. It costs more to move into wooded areas. Yeah. It is kind of dense, these rules, but the first time I got my first starter set of Battletech was, when was it? Like 8th grade, I think? Yeah. And so if I figured it out at 8th grade, you know, then you can too. Yeah. Oh, it's been a long time since I've played this game. So attack modifiers, cluster hits table. What this is like, so you have missiles that fire in clusters, and then you roll to see how many hit the enemy. Because, you know, they're not all going to hit automatically. And then here's how to mark off the damage on your robot. Here's a scenario to play. So, like, here's the map. And then it tells you how to set it up. And then what your victory conditions are. Yeah. Playing with multiple mechs. And then this is how to use the hero pilots. Because you could just use the stock robot with just a run-of-the-mill vanilla pilot. Or you could use hero pilots that have different special abilities and upgraded stats. Cool. And then if you really like the game and you want to expand into more stuff, you could buy the more expensive set. Like this set is like $60, I think. Some of the lore books and novels, if you wanted to get more into the game. Yeah. But this, you know, this beginner essential set, they usually run $25. I believe they still have them at Barnes & Noble and other stores. I think Target doesn't carry it anymore because that's why they liquidated them and they clearanced them for like $12. So, well, Barnes & Noble should still have them. And then it's like a nice intro to the game. Yeah. And that's the Battletech Essentials box. Comes with a bunch of stuff. It's nice that it came with everything to play. The dice, the map, a couple of figures, and then some cardboard figures. Again, let's look at the figures it came with. Pretty cool. Oh, Math Labs, you got invited to a Battletech game with some Twitch pals? You should steer you towards that channel. He plays a lot of one of the latest MechWarrior games. Yeah, definitely let me know. I've been playing the video games lately, and they're pretty fun. And then I was like, you know what? And I was like, I should get into the miniatures too. Because I do have a bunch of miniatures, and I paint them just for fun. But I don't currently have a group to play with, so. But it is nice to paint them up. They're pretty fun. Yeah, I just wish I had a good local group. Yeah, but, you know, just chatting with people online about the game is fun, too. Alright, let's put that. Yeah, just message me anytime. And then maybe we'll hang out there, like, you know, at the same time someday. That's always good, too. I like being a viewer, also. Rather than streaming all the time. Alright. So that's the Battletech Essentials box. Alright, we got one more thing to get into. And this was on sale for Black Friday. And something I really wanted. The G.I.JOE deck building game. Oh man, that's Cobra Commander. And then we got the G.I.JOE team. But then we got all the villains on this side. And Cobra Commander manipulating everything. Oh no. Yeah. So if you don't know what a deck building game is, it's not like Magic the Gathering or Yu-Gi-Oh! Where you're competing against the deck. So the cool thing with this game is it can be played solo. Because it's cooperative. But you can have more players, but, you know, you're all working as a team, which is really cool. Yeah. How come the chat isn't updating on the phone? Hold on. Let me reload the channel on my phone. Just in case I missed anything. There we go. Ah, okay, there's the chat now. Cool. So yeah, this is the G.I.JOE deck building game. It's basically a card game. And like a shuffled deck runs the villains while you play the deck of cards you've been dealt and try to, you know, beat the enemy AI. Yeah. So it's 1 to 4 players, meaning you could actually play the game solo or with 4 people as a team. Alright, G.I.JOE deck building game, core set. And I forgot how much I got this for. It was on sale for Black Friday, but I think it's normally $40. And I think I got it for maybe $25. Something like that. But I'm a huge fan of G.I.JOE. As if you check the YouTube channel and the YouTube shorts, I collect a lot of the action figures. So what do we got here? Answer the call. Fall in. The evil organization Cobra threatens the world with their schemes, and it's up to you to stop them. In this deck building game, you and your fellow players will lead teams of G.I.JOE soldiers on missions to stop Cobra's dastardly plans. Each player starts the game with a meager deck that will grow more powerful as you recruit veterans from the G.I.JOE team, requisition gear, and field new vehicles. This fully cooperative game pits you against increasingly dangerous missions to save the world. This core set begins your journey with everything needed to play. But be prepared for more Joes and missions to come. Yeah, you can buy expansion sets that will add more characters from the shows. Yeah. Alright, let's open this up. So a deck building game doesn't have miniatures or anything. It's purely a card game. Yeah. But it's pretty fun. Like, I've played deck building games. I've played Dominion is a very basic one. And it's good, but I got bored with the theme. The theme is basically building a town or like, you know, a little duchy or something. A dominion. Yeah. And that was okay. Ascension is a good one, which is pretty fun. And the theme is basically the world is ending and you're fighting demons. Yeah. All right. Let's see. What do we got here? So you got basic soldiers to start with, and then you got main characters like Scarlet, Snake Eyes, Duke, Lady J, Roadblock. Looks like we have dice in this game. Usually deck building games don't have dice. So I guess this is a randomizing attack kind of deal. Yeah. Let's open this up. Oh. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, the box is so not wanting to open. Alright, let's remove this up. So many board games. But what I'm glad is, at least because those need opponents, this deck building game for G.I. Joe can be played solo. So maybe I could play this on stream. If it doesn't require too much space. Oh man, why does this box not want to open? It's like the lid. There we go, finally. Okay. Real life unboxing. That's what you guys are here for. Alright. Oh, I kind of want this too. Let's see. MATLAB says you treated yourself to a little game this week. It's an indie game that's a lot like a board game, honestly, called The Last Spell. Oh, I've never heard of that. How is it? Are you enjoying it? Oh, by the way, how's work going? Were you able to start work at the new place? Well, the old place? Look at this. There's a little ad for G.I. Joe, the role-playing game. So this is kind of like, imagine Dungeons and Dragons, but for G.I. Joe. Nice. There's 300 pages. See, the thing with the role-playing games, it gets me that the rules are too long. There's 300 pages of rules you got to read before you even play this game. Oh, man. Unless you need a big group. Oh, look. Transformers deck building game. Yeah. I heard it's basically the same exact rules as this G.I. Joe one. It's just with a Transformers theme. Or no, it might be different. Well, we'll figure it out. Yeah. Maybe if we like this one, we could also get the Transformers one. Yeah. MATLAB says you're heading out for work in about an hour. You got up early and are just resting and having coffee before you leave. Oh no, it's wiping you out. Very physical and you're just out of shape. Oh man, that sounds rough. I hope it eases into a rhythm where it becomes more bearable for you. And I hope it pays off for you. Good things will happen there, Math Labs. Yes, gotta believe, hopefully. Oh, man. Let's see. G.I. Joe deck building game. All right. Should we? Okay, let's put the box aside. Let's go through this manual first so we get an idea of what we're looking at. I mean, we're not going in depth, but just quickly, it's like just a quick unboxing. So, I know the characters because I'm an expert at G.I. Joe by now. That's Leatherneck, and that is Tunnel Rat. Yeah, Leatherneck's a Marine. Tunnel Rat is, like, back in Vietnam War, they had people that would, explore the tunnels underneath. And so, it's an infiltration dude. Yeah, and he's based on Larry Hama, who's actual writer of the G.I. Joe comic books. Yeah. I forget if he's Japanese or Korean or something. But he was also I think he's Japanese, but he was an actor in If you remember the old MASH TV show, he actually was in the show acting as a Korean soldier. Yeah. So, really good writer. Alright. Here is components. Yeah. But what kind of game is that game you got, Math Labs? The Last Spell. I'll have to look that up. Yeah. Okay, cards. Oh, I wish there was more diagrams. So far, there's not. Choose your story. The G.I. Joe deck building game includes 2 different story missions. Oh, so there's like a narrative to these things. The mass device. Oh man, so in the cartoons, the mass device was... I forget if the mass device was the same thing as the weather dominator. It was like this giant thing that would control the weather. Oh man, now I gotta rewatch those episodes. Yeah. So you basically pick a mission. And then I guess the cards, you know, play out the mission that you have to defeat. Practice game. Ah, good. So there's a quick start to play a practice mission. How to play, start phase. Not a lot of diagrams. Okay, these shows different card types. Joes. Utility, gear, transport. Ooh, just big walls of text. Let's see. MATLAB says you had a coworker that loved that show. It was a good show. Oh, MASH? MASH was really good. I wish it's still... I don't know if it's on any streaming service. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, the game that MATLAB has, it's a dark fantasy turn-based strategy. The premise is you protect a small settlement while mages work there. Massive hordes of monsters raid night after night. Oh my gosh. Oh man. I know you like those overwhelming odds type of games. Pretty cool. Yeah. But, oh my god. Hordes of monsters raiding on night. Oh, so there's big cards for some reason. What's that? Secure the rare liquid element. Ah, so those are your missions that you've got to play cards to complete. You do like the overwhelming odds type of games? Yeah, I know you play, was it RimWorld and... Oh, what's that zombie one? I forgot which one that is. Oh, man. Where you're just overwhelmed all the time. Recruits. Ah, look, Cobra bad guy characters. Cobra officers. Only 1 mission per Joe. Side missions. Huh. There's a lot to this. I wish there were more diagrams, but, you know, I'll probably watch a YouTube video that explains these rules before I dive in reading everything. Cool. Cobra Troopers, a whole Cobra Battalion. That'll be difficult. Oh, okay. So, card clarification. 2-player and solo rules. Ah, okay. So this is what we're looking for. I want solo rules. Solo play changes. Ah, so the rules change if you're playing solo. Yeah. Expert mode. So you can play different modes in this game. Not only just different missions, but different numbers of players and different game modes. Yeah. All right. That is walls of text. Yeah. All right. Here's some cutouts. What is that? Hanger. Some tokens. Reserve. And I guess this is some damage track. Let's see. MATLAB says, you just got a message about that one? Oh, Project Zomboid. Apparently multiplayer for the latest version just came out. Oh, pretty cool. So you can play with a group of people now. Yeah. Project Zomboid. Oh man. Zombie apocalypse is so hard. Oh, I started playing this game, Arc Raiders. It's, imagine instead of zombies that you're trying to survive against robots. It is so hard. I am just not used to those type of games. Alright, so we do have card packs. Oh, do I want to open these up? Because I don't know if you're allowed to mix these cards. Oh, I don't think we should. Yeah, because they might be packed a certain way. But maybe... Whitefoot, missions... let's see. MATLAB says it's very fun with other players. Driving around together in old cars. Yeah. Oh man, just like trying to explore towns that are like desolate, and then suddenly there's a zombie horde. Uncover the double agent. Let's open this up since this at least I think doesn't matter if you mix this up, because these are larger and won't get mixed up with the other cards. So we can get an idea of like what kind of cards are in here. I think these are missions. Oh, let me drink something because my voice is going. Well, that looks like the Baroness right there. In incognito. Uncover the double agent. Yeah, she's infiltrated the G.I.JOE base, as usual. Protect the satellite. Oh, I think this was like the first episode of G.I.JOE. Yeah, that's the thing from the very first episode, that they were defending a base. Prevent the satellite launch. Find the tracking device. Decode Cobra's secret transmission. That's mainframe. That's the G.I.JOE computer hacker expert. Oh, I should probably talk about the characters. That's Flint. He's like one of the commanding officers. That's Lady J. She's like an intelligence officer. This is the Baroness. She's bad guy. I think this is Lowlight. Lowlight is their night sniper. That's Mainframe. It's a Cobra dude. This is Shipwreck, who's their Navy guy. Scan for the secret location. So there's like all this stuff that you have to do. Each player draws one card. Attach one face down. Complication. This is always bad if there's complication cards. Yeah. This is... Who the heck is this? Escape on jetpacks. To me that looks like Duke, but he's wearing goggles. So Duke is, what was it? Master Sergeant? Destro attacks. Destro, he's one of the bad guys, and he owns Mars Industries, which is a major weapons manufacturer that sells weapons to the bad guys. Snake robot attack. So this is the snake armor. It's like a little battle armor, clunky thing that troops can ride in. The Joe's surrender. This is Cobra Commander. This is grab the rare crystal element. That is Crazy Legs. He is... It's like a parachute dude. Yeah. Under the Sea. Oh, that's Deep Six in his submersible... I think they call it the Shark? Yeah, this is a submersible vehicle. That's Torpedo, another underwater G.I. Joe. I think that's a Cobra eel. Cobra bad guy, underwater dude. Cowboy hat guy is Wild Bill. He's like their helicopter pilot. This is Alpine, who is like a mountain region trooper. Man, I just know everybody. There's Roadblock, who's their heavy G.I. Joe heavy machine gunner. Cobra Commander, and that's General Hawk. Cobras. Oh man, who is this? I do not know who that is, but it looks like it might be Duke. That's Lady... No. That's Cover Girl. Cover Girl is the G.I. Joe mechanic who used to be a supermodel. Kind of crazy story there. Who is that? Is that General Flag? Uncover the Spy in Washington, D.C. I don't know. Might be General Flag. Or it might just be a general politician guy who's like corrupted. That's Stalker. He is like the Special Forces guy in G.I. Joe. Cobra Commander again. Alright, that's Destro. An unlikely ally. So why he's allied with the G.I. Joe team for some reason. I guess he double-crossed Cobra Commander. Yeah, because that's Destro, bad guy. And that is... Oh, what the heck is his name? Spirit? He's like an American Indian tracker. And who is that? That is... Oh, man. I do not know who... That, I think that's Rock and Roll, who is another G.I. Joe heavy machine gunner. Some Cobra robots. No, looks like they did something. Save the Prime Minister! Oh no. This is Zartan. He is... what do you call it? He's like Master of Disguise dude. I actually don't know his background info. There he is again. That's Snake Eyes. Snake Eyes is the G.I. Joe ninja. Because ninjas are a thing in G.I. Joe. Sneak onto the Cobra space station. Super Science. There's Baneframe again, who's the G.I. Joe hacker. And there's Cobra Commander again. And then this guy without a shirt, that's Dr. Mindbender. He's like the Cobra interrogator dude. And there's Zartan again. Alright, so that's an example of the mission cards and the artwork that you might find in the game. Cool. I'm not going to open up the other card packs because I believe some of these are set up so then you only open them depending on what you're playing. Yeah. And I don't want to mix them up because they might be for different uses. So I'm not 100% sure. Yeah. Alright, let's put those back in the box. What else is here? And we got these cool green dice. I don't know what that... It's like a big noise of a truck outside. Oh, it's the garbage truck for recycling day. I forgot it's recycling day. Yeah. Alright, so what do we do now? I guess that's the unboxing for the G.I. Joe deck building game. Oh man, I can't wait to figure that one out. Because I definitely want... It's hard, it's rare to find a board game that you could play solo. So, you know what? Maybe I don't need this for now. I'm just going to put those cards here in this slot. Yeah. Alright, let's put this back. Yeah, maybe I can do a stream playing this solo. But I don't know how good it would be as a stream, since it would be hard for people to read the cards that are on the table. But I can just explain as we go along and show the artwork. But maybe something more visual is better as a game to play, like maybe like Hero Quest. Alright everyone, we've unboxed everything. The G.I.JOE deck building game, Battletech, Space Marine Adventures, the Zombicide set for Dork Tower, and a couple of characters for Heroescape, not Hero Quest. Yeah. Alright, Math Labs, I hope you have a great day at work today. Hope it doesn't tire you out too much, man. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Hang in there, dude. Oh. And yeah, let me know about that Battletech channel. I'd love to check it out. And we could hang out there sometime. Alright, everyone. If you enjoyed this live or as a past broadcast, please consider giving me a follow and making a new friend. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like, comment, and subscribe. Do you play these games? Do you have any hints and tips? Especially for the G.I.JOE deck building game. I really want to get into that one. And catch me when I'm live here on Twitch. We can chat about the games and stuff. And you can watch me do more unboxings or video games and stuff. Yeah. And to all my peacekeepers out there, especially Math Labs, Sam, Lucas, hide the Kush. Earlier this evening on streams was Taj, Raven, Blissful Badger, Dingy Ducky. Who else? What is everybody? If I missed you, I'm sorry. But a big peacekeeper salute to all of you. Oh my gosh. Peace angels in the chat. May the angels protect and guide you. Alright everyone. I'll have to see you next time. Peace. Have a great day at work, Math Labs. See you soon. Peace.